So this is me at my heaviest, and this was me yesterday. Two very different people, and a lot has changed both mentally and physically. But this has been 5 years into the making, and my goal for today is to save you a lot of time. So here's exactly how I would start my fitness journey, knowing everything that I know now. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel where we talk all about fitness, personal development, self-improvement, basically anything that we need to know in order to level up. So if you are interested in embarking on this leveling up journey with me, do not forget to subscribe so that we can stay connected. So I think there's a lot of information regarding the fitness space. I mean, the fitness community has grown so much throughout the year, and that is a blessing because there are a lot of resources and information readily available for us. But there is also a lot of misinformation. But in truth, fitness does not have to be complicated. So this is my simplified step-by-step approach if you want to get started and get serious about your fitness goals this year. So step one, like I mentioned, I have been a part of this fitness community for quite some time. And I feel like I am just now at a point where I see my physique coming in. I feel incredibly strong. I feel like my life is so balanced. I'm not swaying to one side of the extreme. Feel proud of the muscle definition that I have, but it took so long because I started my fitness journey off with the completely wrong mindset. So step number one is to check your mindset. So this is a lifestyle change. You're adopting a completely new lifestyle, one that may have to stick around for years or for the rest of your life. This is a lifelong commitment, so you are going to have a very balanced approach going in. And it's so easy to go from 0 to 100, especially when you first start out and when you feel super motivated. But motivation is fleeting, and starting too strong or too fast is a surefire way to burning out. It's so easy to start believing that this life isn't worth for you. It's easy to adopt body dysmorphia or different eating disorders. So it's best to just go into your journey with the right mindset to avoid all of this. And it's completely fine to want to start this journey because you want to look different, because you want to feel more confident. It is so not okay to try to hate yourself into a different physique. You cannot think of this journey as a form of restriction. And I would honestly take the extra few months to really learn how to love and accept myself at whatever point I'm at, especially at the point where I started, before jumping into my fitness journey, because I would have saved myself from anorexia, binge eating disorder, body dysmorphia. And at the end of the day, that is really what elongated my journey. Whenever you hit those milestones, whether it's losing the weight that you wanted to lose or building your glutes or getting the abs, whatever it is, if you don't love yourself, if you are not able to accept yourself for how you are, those underlying issues regarding your appearance and your self-esteem, they just will not completely go away, and you're still not going to feel good enough in your body. And this could really easily lead to a vicious cycle of restriction, reaching a goal and then hating yourself and still hating yourself, crashing out because what's the point, and then ruining your progress and starting all over again. So after accepting that this shit is gonna take a lot of time and a lot of hard work and dedication, and that your goal is to not hate yourself into a new lifestyle, but you're really just trying to tap into self-love and self-esteem, you're going to want to start working on changing your taste buds, because nutrition is probably the biggest component of your fitness journey. So what I did when I first started my fitness journey is that, I went from eating a very processed diet. Like in the morning, I would eat my cookies and my milk, and then for lunch, I would have chips and a Nutella sandwich. Really junk food and processed food, not healthy at all. I basically, in a week or overnight, I quit cold turkey. I was like, I'm gonna completely reinvent myself, threw all of this stuff out and started trying to eat 100% clean. And I was really young, so I think that kind of helped me be able to sustain that for a few months. I was a little bit more moldable, but because I told myself that certain food was bad for me, that I would never be able to allow myself access to those types of food, I ended up developing a really bad binge eating disorder where I would crave the unhealthy stuff 24/7. Anytime I had a bite of food, I just felt like I could not stop. And it's because instead of trying to adapt my taste buds to actually enjoying the healthy food, I focused on heavily restricting myself. And when you tell yourself that you can't have something, that you shouldn't have something, you want it more. So instead, what I would do is focus on slowly and very gradually incorporating more healthy foods into my standard diet, even if that diet looks like shit, even if it's full of a lot of junk food. Instead of completely throwing away the Nutella, all of this stuff, I would just focus on, you know what, I eat cereal every day for breakfast. I love cereal. I have been eating it every single day for the past 20 years. Instead of cutting out that cereal in the morning, I'm just gonna eat some oatmeal, some eggs, a little bit of fruit before the cereal. And this is going to help your taste buds get used to enjoying the healthier foods without feeling like you're depriving yourself of the foods that you already love. You're slowly going to start adding more and more healthier dishes, and because our taste buds regenerate every 10 to 14 days, over time you will start to enjoy the good stuff. And after a month or a few months, when you really just feel like you actually like eating the good stuff, then you can slowly start cutting down on the junk food. Maybe instead of an In-N-Out burger for lunch every day, it's once a week or twice a week or once every other week. And then maybe eventually you'll start searching up how to make burgers at home, healthy burgers at home, and you'll start making your takeout food at home. But even though you are slowly transitioning to healthier eating habits, you should still honor your cravings. I mean, to this day, like yesterday, I literally went to the buffet and I ate lot. I still honor my cravings whenever I have them. I still like to participate in like birthdays or parties and stuff and eat some birthday cake. Like, it doesn't have to be a super restrictive journey. You can still get results and take a very balanced approach to your fitness journey. It makes much more sense to allow yourself to honor those cravings, to allow yourself to eat those cravings and participate in those like food centered events, because like I said earlier, this is a lifelong commitment. And don't get discouraged if you're not seeing results that fast. You have your whole life to figure it out. What we want is to adopt those healthier eating habits and really cement them so that they're not just quick fixes or fad diets that we eventually ditch after a year or two. And so now that you have your nutrition on check, it is time to start adding some exercise, which I think is the most exciting part. At least for me, when I first started, I jumped straight into the exercising part of it. And I think a lot of buzz comes from exercising. But the reason why it's after the nutrition is because you really will not see results unless you get the nutrition part on check. Now, does that mean you should be eating 100% clean before you adopt an exercise regimen? No, but I would say that maybe 70 to 80% of your meals should be healthy, nourishing foods. And the other reason why I would wait to start exercising is because when you are new to the gym, especially if like your goal is to build muscle, which it honestly should be, but when you are new to the gym and you're a newbie and you've never lifted a weight before, you have this advantage. It is so much easier for you to body recomp, which essentially means lose fat while building muscle at the same time when you are a noob. As you progress into your fitness journey, it becomes harder and harder to do so. So if you can get your nutrition in check before you actually start trying to build the muscle, that is going to help you out a lot, and that is going to maximize your results so that you can really take advantage of that period of time where it's easier for you to body recomp. And I really think that going to the gym, lifting weights, building muscle, it is amazing. It has so many health benefits, but if you're just focusing on your physique, it could also help you out tremendously. Because if you don't like your arms, you can tone them. If you don't like your butt, you can grow it. If you don't like your stomach, you can get abs. Like, you can literally morph your body into anything that you want. So I think that it is super, super cool to weightlift. With that being said, though, I know it can be very intimidating to start going to the gym depending on where you are in your fitness journey. If you are like a little like severely overweight, I know it's very intimidating, right? Because a lot of people there are a little bit slimmer, some are maybe even super fit. My mom actually started wanting to get an interest in living a healthier lifestyle, and so what I advised her to do is actually to just start walking. Helped me lose so much weight because cardio is so important, and it is a little less intimidating to do. So I would say start with cardio, and you can even do this as you're getting more and more comfortable to eating a little bit healthier. Get a walking pad. Walk while you work, if you work from home, or while you do homework, or while you watch a show, or while you're just at home. I get now 15,000 steps a day, but I have built it up from 5K to 10K to 15K. You can also go on bike rides, maybe go on a run, maybe go swimming, go hiking, make it so enjoyable, because there are ways to actually enjoy doing cardio. And once you get comfortable doing that and you have really felt like you've cemented it into a part of your daily routine, and remember, it takes 90 days to build a habit, then you should start looking for ways to get as many steps in as you can without really having to exert so much time into focusing on those steps. For example, if you go on a walk for an hour every day, you've built it up, right? Let's say you started from 10 minutes and now you've built it up to an hour. That's amazing. That's a lot of steps. But if there is a way where, you know what, every day for work, you're going to take the stairs, or you're going to park super far away from your work, you're going to go on a 10-minute walk in the morning, 10-minute walk in the night, things like that, that will slowly help you add steps to your life so that you could allocate that time that you spend on a 1-hour walk into being able to weightlift for 1 hour. That is going to help you out a lot. So for me, that looks like hopping on my walking pad while I'm working and while I'm editing videos, while I'm coming up with content ideas. And like I said, going on walks, walking to the gym, parking my car far away from any store that I go, just really trying to force myself to walk more. So now step 4, you have your nutrition on check, you have your steps on check. Now it is finally time to start focusing on building that muscle. So when you start building muscle, you're not only gonna feel more confident, more badass, stronger, but because muscle is a little bit more dense than fat, it takes up less space. So if you weigh 150 pounds and you have a 30% body fat, you are gonna look very different than somebody who has a 40% body fat or a 20% body fat at that same weight, which means that you can get away with eating a little bit more without gaining weight. You're gonna have what is called a higher maintenance calories. Maintenance calories means how much your body burns in a day just doing its everyday living. And you can figure this out using a TDE calculator, but essentially if you eat below your maintenance, you're going to lose weight. If you eat above your maintenance, you're going to gain weight. So if your goal is to lose weight, then you can afford to eat more calories if you have more muscle in your body, which is great because who doesn't love to eat? And also it's going to help you maintain that weight loss, which you've honestly probably seen a lot of just by implementing steps 1, 2, 3. So I would say find a program that is tailored to your body goals. When I first started working out, I followed the like gym bro split where it was one day for back and biceps, another day for shoulders and chest and triceps, and then leg days. Now, I grew my chest like very muscularly. I grew my traps. I wasn't liking my body. And it's because I was following a workout program that wasn't going to give me my dream results. I wanted big legs, shoulders, and triceps. That's all I wanted, and a back. So now what I do is I have 3 leg days and I have 1 upper body day where it's just my back, my triceps, my shoulders, and then I have a full body day which really focuses on my core and my upper body. And I also prioritized my cardio, and so now my program is a little bit more tailored towards me. So really try to envision what changes you would like to see in your body and make sure you pick a few exercises or pick up a program that focuses on giving you those results. I do have a leg program linked in the description box if you want to go check it out, but I've seen a lot of growth through it, so I would highly recommend it, and it is completely free. So because building muscle takes consistent work, you're going to want to start a little bit slowly just so that you don't overwhelm yourself, but by now you should have a certain level of discipline, so it should feel a little bit easier to pick up going to the gym and actually stick to it. It's also not going to feel super overwhelming or awkward even being at the gym, because the weight loss, the having your nutrition on check, the steps that you're getting, those are all meant to boost your confidence so that when you go to the gym, you don't feel so intimidated. So building muscle isn't super complicated, but it is hard. And it does require a little bit more knowledge, so I'm not going to make too many points in this video about it, but if you want to see a full video dedicated to it, I would be more than happy to make one, but I will quickly just go over some pointers. The first one being to just track your protein. Protein is a building block of muscle, and it helps repair and strengthen your muscles. It contains amino acids that help repair and fill in tiny tears in muscle fibers that occur during exercise. This is what will essentially make your muscles appear bigger, and this process is called muscle protein synthesis. So I personally like to shoot for 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So if your goal is to body recomp, which I think it should be if you're a beginner, I've built up the entire journey, the entire roadmap, so that body recomping is very easy. You're going to want to eat at a very slight deficit, like 200 to 300 calorie deficit. And again, you can find this out through the TDE calculator. You just input your stats and it'll give you it. And honestly, it shouldn't be so hard to control the diet part because you already have knowledge and you already have some staple healthy recipe ideas. So you should already be at a point where you truly enjoy eating healthy. You should also be at a point where if you don't want to cut your calories, you don't have to. You can just do it by adding more cardio. Me personally, because I don't like to track my calories every single day, what I'll do is I'll create a meal plan. So every Saturday, I will write down on MyFitnessPal what I plan to eat for breakfast, what I plan to eat for lunch, what I plan to eat for dinner. So for that meal plan, I am shooting to be at a calorie deficit and I am shooting to eat a sufficient amount of protein. And that deficit is slightly larger than 200 to 300 calories, but it's because I like a little bit more freedom in my nutrition. So let's say somebody offers me a pastry or somebody offers me a candy, or I want to go get, I don't know, something. I'm free to do it because I know that I have the extra calories to spare, if that makes sense. I really just focus on tracking my protein and listening to my hunger cues. And I also just take progress pictures to make sure that I am actually on the right track. And I find that this approach personally helps me live a much more balanced life. I still get to enjoy eating out with friends, eating out by myself, or saying yes to like unexpected occurrences and still reach my goals. And during this time, you can also consider taking supplements. I personally take creatine, electrolytes, pre-workout. These all help me perform better during my exercises. I think it's the reason why I've been able to progressive overload each week, which is key to building muscle. Your muscles get used to the strain that you put them under. So you want to make sure that you are increasing that stress. And you can do this by adding more weight, more reps, more volume, or more time under tension. This is also why it's so important to stick to a program, because that is going to help you be able to more effectively track your progressive overload. You always want to be tracking the weight that you're hitting, the reps that you're doing it for, and adding something each week. Now the final step, step 5, is to come back and thank me. I'm kidding, but not really, because I am pretty confident that this is going to give you amazing results. Learn from my mistakes. A lot of times people overcomplicate this stuff, but it doesn't have to be. It's actually pretty simple, but because of all of the information, the misinformation, the trends, it can seem a little bit more intimidating than it actually is. So long as you commit to this lifelong journey, bounce back when you fail, because you will. Don't get frustrated over the pace or the lack of results. Stick to it and focus on the journey, not on the outcome. You will get there. But yeah, that was all that I had for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this video motivated you, inspired you, gave you some clarity on starting your fitness journey. I wish you the very best on this journey. You can do it. Keep it pushing. And if you want more information on how I lost weight without heavily restricting myself, without causing an eating disorder or an unhealthy relationship with food, check out this video. But yeah, until next time, bye.